Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 43 of Classic Skyrim modding. Looks like the motto of this week is back to the roots. There are a couple of mods which bring old school RPG elements into the game. So, let's check it out. Bring out the intro. So, we already have a mod for floating health bars, to give us a better overview in combat. And here is something similar. Floating damage by Fury Sky. This mod displays the damage done with every attack in real time. Sounds like a simple concept, but the effect is amazing. You instantly get the feeling of playing a good old RPG. The damage displayed also appears in different colors. Damage done to the player is red, the overtime damage seems to be yellow, and the regular damage is white. It's really incredible how smooth and fluid the whole thing works, and the effect is truly amazing. It feels like playing a completely different game. This little gem of a mod is definitely a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna stamp it. Yes, I shall be using this stamp more often in the future. What is the most significant mechanic of an RPG? Gaining experience. And does it exist in Skyrim? And that's why we need Skyrim XP Addon by Deadpool. Well, of course we do get experience points in Skyrim, but the whole thing happens automatically in the background, without us really noticing it at all. We also only gain experience for actively using the 18 skills. With this mod, however, you will receive experience for things like discovering new locations, collecting ingredients, or reading books. Just think about how stuff works in Fallout games. Or, as a matter of fact, Enderall. All the experience you collect that way can be then spent in a special menu, which you can access through a book. Here you will also find the configuration for this mod, and by spending the gathered experience you actually convert it into regular Skyrim experience, meaning it will boost one of the 18 vanilla skills of your choosing. In other words, this mod blends into the vanilla experience system really well, and using it won't feel out of place at all. We also have an interesting race mod this week again, Eltmer, Fairy Race, by Sunspot 2. Ever wanted to play as a cute little fairy? The Eltmer are supposed to be another elven race. They possess strong magic abilities and even the power to alter their forms. So in other words, you start with a normal looking character, and to transform into your fairy form you have to use the Eltmer Focus ability. Since this mod is in beta state right now, the melee combat animations as the fairy look a little bit clunky. I also had problems actually hitting the enemies. I guess the range of the attacks is much shorter in this form. Okay, it actually makes sense and is realistic. The description also said something about metals interfering with their magic, so maybe we're just not supposed to use melee weapons in this form. Magic, on the other hand, worked really well. There are also the greater and lesser fairy dust abilities. The greater fairy dust will let you actually fly. You can ascend by tapping the jump button, and with the lesser fairy dust ability you can descend and walk, just like a normal character. Well, that's certainly an interesting idea for a race mod. I really like the flying part, so it's definitely worth tracking. Okay, Halloween is over, I'm pretty sure of that, and yet there is one really creepy follower roaming around. Maxine, Zombie Follower by SAMULAS. She can be found in the new Gnesis Corner Club in Windhelm. Yes, creepy zombie children. This is pretty much the epitome of creepiness. She uses the vanilla child voice, so you will need the relationship dialogue overhaul here again.
Ooh, wonderful! I can't wait!
To give you a better view on the super creepy textures, I gave her an armor from Immersive Armors. Of course it doesn't really fit that body type, but I don't have any revealing children clothes mods. No, not gonna go there. So, as I was saying, the textures are super creepy, like she was actually made from body parts of different humans. Well, in terms of combat, yeah, she is not really made for combat, I guess. Unfortunately, she also didn't try to bite that guard. Yes, that would have been funny. Okay people, it's time for our usual weekly monster routine. Kagouti, Kagouti? How to pronounce this? By Mihail. This is another monster from Morrowind, but they also run around in SO. Yes, the monster with the telephone dial ring on the head. Oh silly me, most of you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. When I was a kid, telephones looked like this. And television had like 5 channels. And there was no internet. What a nightmare, right? The second creature mod is Cliff Striders. Now this is an SO only monster. Those creatures are similar to cliff racers, but don't worry, they are much less annoying. They can't actually fly at all. They will just crawl over the ground. And fighting them can be a bit messy, because they obviously use the dragon skeleton. And as we all know, resizing the dragons always produces weird results, because of the collisions and stuff. This is also the reason why there are no decent small dragon mods around. And the third monster mod is Imps. Aha, so this time it's our friends from Oblivion. This is really smart, by the way. They use the regular human skeleton. I mean, it's totally noticeable when they are moving, but that model and the wings create the illusion of hovering. Really nice. In combat they use magic. There are 2 different types, fire and lightning imps. So yes, fighting them is actually just like fighting magic user NPCs. Okay, before we move to weapons and armors, there's another interesting mod to check out. Destructible display cases by POWEROFTHREE. Yes, this mod pretty much says, hey, you there, don't you just hate it how you have to pick locks on display cases? Why not just smash them with our brand new mod for only $19.99? Okay, this joke is getting old. But seriously, this is amazing. It totally works. There still appears to be some collision, so you can't lift things out of the case, but you can just loot them, of course. And check this out. If you are a Khajiit or an Argonian, you can actually use your claws to cut a circle in the glass, like a professional thief. Alfred Stormcloak was right. Those damn cats and lizards are all scoundrels. I'm just kidding. And now it's time for weapons and armors. Starting with the weapons as usual. Randalflaght, the Forgotten Workmanship by RONNIE MAGNUM. Well, this is not just a weapon mod, there is also a pretty big Dwemer-style dungeon to explore, and the new weapons will be found along the way, or you could say as a reward. So let's talk about the actual weapons, because there are several. There is a set of dwarven katanas, including a one-handed katana, a dai katana, and a tanto. And then there are 2 unique weapons with special enchantments, which I will not reveal. That's right, no spoilers. And there is one more mod, but of a more lore-unfriendly nature, at least partially. Unique Magicka Sabers by OpsGuy27 and Fafnir Eternion. This is not really new stuff, it has been released before, but apparently the author is in possession of an iPhone and a set of fat fingers. Those are his words, not mine, by the way, and apparently the old mod was accidentally deleted. So here it is again, with some new stuff, I believe. There are a lot of different sabers, from movies, games, in all imaginable colors, as different weapon types, as lore-friendly versions. It's definitely a treat for every Star Wars fan. And now it's time for the armor mods to shine. This time I got some quite lore-unfriendly ones, but they are badass. Gantz Outfit by Lee 285538642. This is the suit from the anime Gantz, by the way. Who knows it? Quite cool stuff actually, only that it was incomplete. Yeah, that's what happens if the manga can't advance fast enough. So anyway, it's a bodysuit with glowing thingies. And there is also a skimpified version, because why not, I guess. And here's another one, Harley Quinn Deadpool, by the same modder. Not sure why it's called Harley Quinn as well. Also, it's really too bad those suits are female only, Wouldn't mind having the Deadpool one for my character. Really nice attention to detail. There is also a one-handed sword, like the ones on the back. I somehow forgot to record it. Okay, Skyrim is cool and all, but let's go someplace warm, shall we? Egyptian Palace of Amarna by Pico 2. A totally unsuspicious door near Riverwood leads us to this. So we finally get to see another player home. Okay, calling this player home is quite extreme, because this place is really not small. And yes, there are pyramids and stuff. So insert Stargate joke here. I actually reviewed a similar mod by the same author back in episode 28, but this one is really way more complex. There are lots of interiors with lots of hallways which lead to more rooms, some hidden behind curtains. It's quite a maze sometimes. There is even supposed to be a dungeon with high-level enemies somewhere, but for the love of Talos, I really just couldn't find it. Well, I actually found it in the end. What can I say? Lots and lots of monsters. And all the locations are really beautiful and very well suited for screenshots. You will come across epic looking treasure chambers with some lootable items, beautiful gardens, rooms with usable furniture and decorative exotic foods. It's a really nice place. And this is it for this week's episode. As always, the links to all mods are in the description below. Don't forget to endorse the mods you like. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share, and subscribe for more. I thank you all for watching, and see you around.